Hi guys, we are back with the second grade curriculum that I use. I do use Abeka. Although I get my main curriculum from Abeka, I do add in different things from other companies or different places to just help out, or maybe I've seen something that I'm like, oh, my son would be really into that, or my daughter would really like that, and I've added it in there, and it usually goes along obviously with that grade, so whether that be an activity or an extra book or different things like that. So but as far as the main curriculum, this is what I use. This is Abeka for second grade. This is the newest edition. So these are his workbooks here. You've got your Our America, so he's going to be learning a lot of U.S. history, which is great because I love history. It's my favorite subject. So I probably bore my kids to death with loads and loads of history, but this will be one of my favorites, and I bought tons of activities to go along with this too. This is his health and manners, health, safety, and manners. So your health class. I'm going to get some pages in here. Just learn how to take care of yourself. And the last book last year that we used for him was really cute, and he got to learn about doctors and firemen and just different people and what they do, and how to put your trust in them and what they do for you. And all the way to bus drivers and waitresses and waiters. This is his Enjoying the World. So it's a science book. He loves this. This is his favorite. He loves science. So we've gotten some science activities, and I'll have to do a video on that of the science haul that I had purchased for him. So this is his science book. Really, he's really excited to be getting into that. These are his readers. So he went from hardly being able to recognize letters, or even he had a speech problem when he was young from being tongue-tied, and so he struggled at the beginning, and we had him in public school at that time. But we realized that after I think a month and a half of him being in first grade, we realized that he needed one-on-one. He needed and I was already homeschooling my oldest son, and I had eventually wanted to do all of them in homeschooling anyway. So you know, it just seemed time, and it worked out perfectly. He is thriving now. He is great at math and reading, and he enjoys school, where he would cry and he didn't want to ever go, and he would think he looked like a fool, and he would say those things. And for that young of a child to be even thinking that just breaks my heart, and I didn't want him to start off hating school. This is the best times of his years. So anyway, so we pulled him out, and these are his reading books, and I'm sure if you've done Abeka, you have seen all of these before, and it helps him. It's fairly, and you got your little sight words here, and it's fairly easy to read. So we do step by step with it. See if I can focus in. There we go, a little bit better here. And little stories. And you go through each book, and they give you the guide, so you know which book to do at which time. And you have the handbook for reading. The story tree is what I just showed you. Treasure chest, sunshine meadows, hidden treasures, paths of gold, no longer a nobody, all kinds of animals. I'm sure he'll love this one. And then growing up where Jesus lived. Abeka is a Christian curriculum. And that is those reading books. Okay, let's open this. I can get this open without some scissors here. Okay. I hadn't yet opened any of their books, so all their books are still in their plastic, and some are actually still in the boxes. So, but let's get into these. I'll show you a little bit of what the books look like inside and what you could expect if you do Abeka, or if you're getting ready to come up to Abeka for second grade. So this is his math book. Let's find a page in here at the beginning. I know they do a lot of reviews. So you're going to learn your money, how much everything's worth, adding it, and I love this. I love their math. If any, and I used Abeka. Sorry, I used Abeka when I was in private school, and I loved how they taught math. I loved everything about it. I find it fairly easy to understand, and it makes sense. And so that is a little bit of your second grade math. We also, to go with this, I got this. Let me see if I can reach it. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and it's just big money. You got your quarters and your pennies. I really was looking for some play change, big play change, that would have different sizes, like the quarter would be bigger, obviously the nickel a little bit smaller, dime a little bit even smaller, and then your penny and stuff. Because most children learn their coins and stuff from the size, and not necessarily the president on the front of the coin. But this was good. I'm going to use this. I only got one of them because they weren't different sizes, but we'll be able to use this, and he can learn it that way then. So that would go along great with his math. This is just his writing. This is his penmanship. He's actually really good. He has really good penmanship. So we kind of fly through a lot of this, and he doesn't need a whole lot of help. This will be a lot of his cursive. I really like that. He still gets to learn cursive, and they still have that in the schools. Cursive is a must. So that's his writing and phonics. Okay, his spelling. This is how they do their spelling. I'll give you a little bit of a example here. It gives your spelling words and little different activities to go through to learn your spelling words for that lesson. And then I typically do a little quiz on Wednesday, and if they ace that on Wednesday, then they don't take their test on Friday because they already passed it. But if they don't pass it on Wednesday, it was a little refresher. It was, giving them a good study to prepare them for Friday. And then all of my children have been great spellers, and they pass their tests very easily. My oldest, who we homeschooled first for 2 years before we pulled the other ones out and homeschooled them, he was winning spelling bees when he was a 3rd grader against 6th graders. I mean, they're really good at spelling. So that is not something that we have to struggle too much with. So this is his language book. Pretty basic language. I always hated language in school, so but I try not to project that, so I try to make it fun. He'll probably end up loving language because of how much fun I try to make it for him. But it's pretty basic. Does all the same things most of the language books cover. So especially at his age. So there's a little bit of his language book. That's just his math and speed drill test. So we do the speed drills and his tests. And tests again for letters and sounds. This is his test book. Here's his textbook. We can actually get into that. That's probably better to look at first because the test is just running over what he's learned. This is always fun. We have a good time learning this. So it's putting the 8 with the word, and he pretty much understands that already. But a lot of review, a lot of these books are, as I'm sure all of you homeschool moms know, and pretty basic. And that is his letter and sounds. Now we do have some activities for him in 2nd grade. Some of the activities actually he will be doing with his older brother and sister. It was something that they could all enjoy. So we added some activities that they could all do, and then some activities that are just for them individually. I bought this for him because he is really intrigued by the inside of the body, which I love, and he's going to obviously be learning about that as he gets older in his books. But this is really cute for the little kids. And actually my daughter, who's 12, does this with him and enjoys it. Let me show you guys this. This is really cool. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and I cannot remember how much it cost. I think it was like 11 bucks actually. Okay, so you get all the parts out. I've obviously already let them play with this. I like to keep all the parts together, but they're not putting them back. Gives you a little magnifying glass to where they can look at everything up close. That's cool. And then little tweezers. My son likes to pick everything up with tweezers. They haven't filled this card in, and I don't know that I will have them fill it in because I like to ask them still what they are, and I want them to know what they are, not by reading it, but by just remembering what each is, like the heart, lungs, you know, so forth and so on, kidneys, small intestines. Okay, so this is, you set this guy up like this. They give you little pegs to hold these cards on. And he has feet. There you go. The little pegs. Okay, so he's all made there. He's on the table. So they have the lungs, and the kids have had to figure out how to put the heart into there to make it fit. I'm gonna mess it all up, I'm sure. And they have little grooves and stuff where everything should go. So it's teaching you how they go. And then you have to put everything else in here. So you get your kidney and your stomach, and oh, these aren't the kidneys. I don't know my body very well. Okay, so you stick it in there. These are the kidneys. I think they go in first. Yes, they do. It's your liver and your stomach and your large intestine and your small intestine. And they have loved doing this activity and play like their doctor, and they're, you know, doing surgery and saving the man's life, and they go out and talk to the family. They've really enjoyed this. But it's actually started some intriguing conversations with the younger ones, because then they start asking you about the organs and what they do and where it's at on their body. And so very good learning game. I love this. I'm glad that he saw this and pointed this out, and of course we went ahead and purchased it for him because he is definitely into all this. So that is that game, and we got one other project for him, and actually it's kind of for all of them, but it was purchased for him. Sorry, I'm knocking the camera over. But all of the kids have really enjoyed starting this, and they all begged to open it up as soon as we got it. I saw this off of Timberdoodle. As I said, I usually get my curriculum from Abeka, and then I will watch YouTube videos, and I will go on to other curriculum websites or teacher resource websites, do a lot of thrift shopping, and I will kind of see what other people do, and I will pick out the things to add to it that I know my kids are interested in, or that would be fun for them to do when they are on their downtime and just keeping their mind going and learning skills or problem solving and all that kind of stuff. So this is cool. I don't know if I will have a second to get all this out, but you set the board up, and it has a rocket, and you want to light the rocket up. You want to be able to set the mirrors up to where they will, when the laser is turned on, they will bounce off the mirrors and light the rocket up at the end. Now, you cannot move where the laser is at, but you can move the rocket and all the mirrors and stuff. So they'll give you like a pattern here, and it will show you where the rockets need to be. This one's a super hard, as you can see. And you'll put comes with 2 rockets. Some of them only have 1 rocket up there, but you'll put the rocket where it says to put them. And then, I don't think this one has a rock in it, no. And it tells you where to put 2 mirrors in this, which that makes it even harder, because, let me see where it says, because then you're trying to figure out where the other mirrors go to bounce off of that. But anyway, so the object of it is then you turn on the laser and you bounce off the mirror. I don't know if you can see that, it's probably not in the video. Anyway, the laser is on and it's bouncing off this mirror. But then you want to keep it bouncing until it lights the rocket up. So very, very good thinking game for the kids. They have easy and super hard. And then they actually does take AAA batteries, but it does also let them sit there and kind of think of how they are going to. Oh, it comes with these rocks too, look. And sometimes in the different models or different little cards they have, they'll show you where to put a rock or something, which obviously blocks the laser and the mirrors and stuff. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to get it to the rocket. So that was fun game we got for him. And I'm sure we have more, and we do have more on its way. And we have some other things that we will be doing for all the kids, but I will show you that in a different video. And thanks for watching.